afternoon, everyone. Happy Sunday. It is another lovely Sunday, and we are very much happy to welcome you to the
Chioma&Emeka experience.
Thank you very much for being here. We appreciate you all, and thank you for tuning into our live. So, as always, I am your faithful co-host, Chioma Ruth Ngbemen, and with me is
Emeka Vincent Duru.
Thank you. So before we get into the business of today, we would like to show some support and love to the youth out there that are fighting against police brutality. We love you all. We're in support of what you're doing. We only pray that God strengthens you and keep you, and hopefully the government do adhere to our requests.
Yeah. And to everyone who has given out time to further the cause of peace and to end the police brutality, we say thank you once again. We are solidly behind you. And to our fallen heroes, we want to have some moment of silence for them before we progress. All right. May the soul of the gentle departed
Rest
in
in
perfect peace. Amen.
Well, on to a lighter note, to the business of today. Before we proceed into what we would love to talk about, I would like to say something first. When we initially decided, to go on this journey of wealth creation, to develop a successful life or business, I can't lie, we were very much enthusiastic about it.
Yeah.
We're ecstatic, weren't we?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
we were very much ecstatic. But we have come to the realization that it is not easy to be a successful person. We meet a lot of challenges along the way. And in order to climb that hill to get to the top, it is honestly a very challenging process. To move from a survival stage to a significant stage is always a very, hard and stressful process. It's something that cannot be done overnight. It's something that you must give your all and yourself to in order to get there. So, Emeka, please, what is the business of today?
Well, thank you so much, Chama. The business of today, we've actually drawn it down to discussing the 5 stages in a man's life. To me, I call it the 5 X's, which is 1, the survival stage, followed by the stability stage, the security stage, and the success with the significant stages. So this is the topic that we'll be discussing today, and I hope you stay back and grab some knowledge out of this.
Okay, so we're going to be discussing them in parts, starting with the survival stage and concluding with the significant stage, which is the 5th stage. So, the survival stage. What is the survival stage? This is the very first stage in a man or person's life, and it is honestly one of the most mentally challenging stage of your life. It is the starting point for almost everybody. A lot of people start off in the survival stage before progressing into other stages. So before I hand over to Emeka to explain what the survival stage really actually entails, we want you to know it's a very critical stage of your life. It is one of the most crucial stages in a person's life. But I would like to give you some statistics about Nigeria right now. So, firstly, in Nigeria, our employment rate has dipped from 98% as of 2018 to 76% in 2019. The unemployment rate, however, has actually increased from 23% in 2018 to about 27% as of 2019. And amongst the youth, the unemployment rate is a stagnant 38%. To all those who may or may not know, the minimum wage of the average Nigerian ranges from about 18,000 naira to 30,000 naira, which is honestly, if you look at it, cannot really do much for us. But this is what the statistics are saying as of 2019. I am of the strong belief that presently, as of 2020, the unemployment rate has taken a rise due to this entire coronavirus. about 20,000 bankers were laid off of work this year alone. So we can quite understand why we say a lot of people are within this survival state. Emeka, please take us through what exactly does it entail to be in the survival stage.
All right, thank you so much, Choma. I appreciate. And so, actually, to survive in the survival stage or the survival phase of a man's life is very, very hard, because it's the starting point in a person's life, not just the starting point, but a crucial point where most people live their life and settle in because they don't have what it takes to move to the next phase. But before I go into full details of the other stages, let me just throw some light on the survivor stage. The survivor stage actually is a stage where most people live from hand to mouth. And in the survivor stage, crimes are being committed there. Crucial crimes, that's where you get all manner of crimes. And people living in the survivor stage are prone to live their life and also do anything it takes just for survival. And that's not the life we are destined or put on earth to live. Like, if a lot of us started there, which I know for sure, most of us are still there. But if you're still there or if you're starting there, I would love and appreciate that you do whatever it takes, not illegal, but try as much as possible to push yourself to the next stage. Because life, they said, is in stages. And it is difficult to start, but trust me, it is worth doing. I hope, Choma, this makes sense to our viewers as we progress.
Yes, it completely makes a lot of sense. And just to shed a little light, let me give you an example, a visual example. Survival stage is a person standing at the bottom of a mountain and looking up to the hill and saying this is very difficult. And instead of them attempting to climb up to get there, they decide to settle, live and die at the bottom of the mountain because they do not want to attempt climbing. A lot of people give up before they attempt climbing that mountain.
Yeah.
As Emeka already mentioned, it is people that live from hand to mouth. They're usually like self-centered. They honestly do not care about a lot of people except themselves. And as Emeka also mentioned, this is where crime rate is genuinely the highest. Most people start here, which is okay for anybody to start as well. I mean, we all start at survival stage.
We all do.
But the problem is remaining in survival stage, living and dying in that state. It is not acceptable.
Yeah.
So as we have said, do everything you can, not illegal, but do everything you can to push yourself out of survival stage and into the next stage. I would leave you with what Zig Ziglar said. He says you do not need to be great to start, but you must start to be great.
No, that's nice.
So therefore this is all about the survival stage. So we would move to the next stage. Emeka, please, what is the next stage?
Well, the next stage Intel here says, I call it the stability stage. And in the stability stage is more of fortunate people. Let me use the word fortunate people. People that are blessed, people that have support from maybe their parents, their loved ones, or their guardians. And a lot of people settle on that stage. They take life on stability stage, which means if you're not careful, small or little thing can knock you out from the stability stage back to the survivor stage. And trust me, it's not a good place to go back. This is where you actually see people with dreams and talent. But if they don't push themselves further, they can find themselves back to the survivor stage.
Yes, and just to butter what he said, this is not a comfortable stage to be in. Why? Because they maintain a very delicate balance between their expenses and their income. Always just so as to avoid upsetting that delicate balance. So they do not take any unnecessary risks to prevent them from, as Emeka said, going back into the survival stage. As we said, a lot of people live and die within this stage. The income tax bracket for this is about 50,000 to about 200,000. These are people within the stability stage. There are those that have, parents, like their parents may, set up a business for them or give them money, open a trust fund for them, leave them to manage companies or so. But the thing is, this is also it's a comfortable state. It's not a state that you would want to permanently remain in your life. So what we would say is also you should always aim that if you're in the stability stage, always aim to move into the next stage of your life. And that would be, and I would like to, reiterate something that I don't know if you all know, Hyman Minsky. He's an economist, and he said this. He said stability leads to instability. The more stable things are, the more unstable it will become when a crisis hits. You really do not want to be in a stability stage when crisis has hit. I mean, imagine coronavirus hitting you in the stability stage. You would have no other option but to be pushed back into the survival stage. So, as we said, advise you to move to the next stage. And the next stage is what we call the security stage. Now, what is the security stage? A lot of people mistake the security stage for the success stage. But the thing is, the reason why is because at the security stage, you can afford the nice things of life. You can buy yourself a nice house, a nice car. This is the stage a lot of professionals are at. For example, bankers, lawyers, doctors, engineers. These are majorly the stages. Even employees, thank you very much. These are the stages that they honestly are. And security stage ranges from about 200,000 to a million, roughly about $1 million. That's what they earn. And we say that it's a good stage to be in, yes, but it is not a stage that you want to remain permanently in. Why? There is the issue of no time, and possibly a lot of people in these stages are not fulfilling their life's purpose. They feel unfulfilled in their life because they trade their time for long hours of study and work just to exchange it for security. There are those that say, what if I could do this? What if I become this? And usually they are happy or appear to be happy, but they only do what they can and not what they want.
Yeah. Okay, to add more light to what Chioma has said, I think 50% of the world population stays, not just stay, but they always remain.
Die?
Yeah, they live and die and remain at the security stage because they think that's success for them. I'm so sorry, that's not success. If you understand why we are placed on this earth, you will go further to, be either on the success or on the significant stage. But to catapult yourself from the security stage, you have to make some critical thinking, not just critical thinking, and some critical decisions. Else, you will settle only for a paycheck. And that is not where or what you have been destined or put on earth to do. Don't get me wrong. Some level of wealth, let me not say wealth, some level of riches is attained at that stage. But you still think of yourself. You only think of yourself and your family members. You don't even help lives. You don't even go to touch other lives. When people call you for help, maybe your extended family, you can't even help them because you're still in that circle. That's the security stage. So try as much as possible to take yourself out of the security stage. Nobody says it's easy. Nobody says it's going to be easy, but it is worth doing. So try as much as possible to get yourself out of the security stage and try and play in the two stages that we're about to unfold.
Okay, just to leave you with something T.D. Jakes said. He said you can be successfully wrong. I would like you guys to think about that. What does it honestly mean to be successfully wrong? So with this, we are moving on to two of the most important stages that I would call the success and the significant stage. Now, what is the success stage, Emeka?
Wow, okay. The success stage is where people, to me, or generally, achieve their dreams. When I said achieving their dreams, they attain a good amount of success in their lives. They live life somehow on their terms. But also, I'm going to say that's not why we were put on earth too. But they live life on their terms. It's been proven that a lot of people die on the first stages, which is the survival, the stability and the security stage. Sorry. So it's only 2%. It's been recorded that it's only 2% that stays in the success stage.
So we are very sorry for the interruption, but we know how the Nigerian internet is. So please do bear with us. Okay, so instead of it being one live, it's going to be posted as 2 different live videos. The first 15 minutes and then this remaining like 5 to 10 minutes at the end. I am so sorry for the interruption. But to continue from where we stopped, we were actually addressing the significance stage. And as I said before, a wise man once said, you must first take last place and be a servant to all in order to be able to be in the significant stage. So Emeka, please, do actually buttress, what does it really entail to be in the significant stage?
To be in the significant stage is you trying to be a blessing to your generation, is you trying to consider others instead of yourself, is you trying to be a blessing and not just thinking about yourself, but those that are around you and beyond. So this is what it takes to play in the significant stage. So Chioma, I think there are 5 motives to actually portray the significant stage and the success stage.
Okay, first of all, motives. I don't know if you all know John C. Maxwell. John C. Maxwell in an article for Success magazine, he listed 5 major differences between people in the success and the significant stage. And I would be mentioning these differences. So the first one he mentioned was motive. He said that people in the success stage have a person's motive in the success stage is majorly or primarily self-centered. They think about themselves, although about a few people like their loved ones and those around them, but it is primarily self-centered. But however, those in the significant stage, they are non-selfish because they are trying to see how to help the world at large. The second one he mentions is their influence. People in the successful or success stage are people that their influence is limited, like I said, to those around them, just people within their community, their loved ones, and those within their community. However, those in the significant stage, they are people that play in what we call the big league. Their influence is actually unlimited. We have, for example, people like Malcolm X, people like Martin Luther King, and even Beyonce, if you want to use a present example. The third difference he mentioned is time. He said people that are in the success stage, their success it lasts for one lifetime. Basically means it is within their entire life period that they affect their community. However, those in the significant stage, they last for their time. Thank you very much. Lasts for many lifetimes, a long lifetime, because their name precedes even after their death. Their influence precedes even after their death. They're affecting the community proceeds even after their death. So the fourth thing he mentions as the difference is the focus. You see, people in the success stage, they focus on how can I add value to myself. It's more of a personal thing for them. How do I add value to myself? However, those in the significant stage, or those big league players in the significant stage, they think of how do I add value to others? How do I help my community at large? How do I help the world at large? They are those that are not self-centered but think about the entire world and how they can actually help. And the last difference that he mentions is the reward. Reward is the last difference. So what does this mean? Those that in pursuing success, those people, their joy stems from their personal, wins. Personal success is their personal wins. That is what they actually are overjoyed about, or what the reward is for them. However, those in the significant stage, their reward or their joy is stemmed from the success of others, the success of lives of people they have been able to affect, able to help. That is where their personal joy actually comes from. He further goes on to advise us that we must always strive as individuals to move from a success stage to a significant stage in life. Because one thing you need to notice that inevitably, when you're playing in the success stage, or what I call the big league, you will inevitably cross path with and also enjoy success. So, people that are in the significant stage are those that leave their mark on history. Like I said, we have Mother Teresa, we have Malcolm X, we have various people, even Beyonce, Rihanna. They've all left their mark. These are people that actually leave a legacy behind. They leave a legacy for people for the world to see. They give themselves to the world at no cost. They put in their all, and they are honestly handsomely rewarded because they add value and impact value to other people on a deeper level. And they do this by only fulfilling their purpose in life. I would like to leave you all with something that Mother Teresa actually said. She said, God called me to be faithful, not successful.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to actually ask yourself this question. With all this being said, and with all this being playing in your head, I would love you to take a minute to ask yourself a very big question. Which stage are you in right now? And what are you doing to get out of it? Just answer it, and also try as much as possible to give us your feedback, and we'll be able to help you out. We'll actually do this together as a team and attain success together.
The thing is, it won't be easy. I would like you all to know it is not easy. Nothing in life that is worth doing and worth doing well comes easy. But will it be? But is it possible? Yes. And will it be fulfilling? Yes, it will be. It is going to be worth it. One thing we must notice, life is only worth living if we honestly fulfill our purpose on this earth. So with this, I would like you all to, think of this, okay? If you are a person in a level in your life, a stage in your life that you dislike, and you would want to climb higher in life, in prosperity, in wealth, in leadership, in success. If you want to be, if you want to move from a survival stage or any stage in life that you currently are to the significant stage, this is why we are here. This is why the show was developed. We are here to help you, support you, teach you, educate you, and show you how to move from whatever stage in life that you are to the significant stage. We would like you to simply email us or send us a message on Facebook, and we'll be sure to respond. So, to our amazing ladies and gentlemen that have tuned in today, till next time, it has been so much joy and it's been lovely to have you on the
Chioma&Emeka
Experience. So, till next week Sunday, please do not forget to like, follow and share. And please also do subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll leave the link below. Once again, it has been amazing to have you on this show. We will be posting these videos on YouTube so that those of you that were not able to catch our live can honestly, see what happened, so that you don't miss out on this educational journey that we're taking you on. So till next time, till next week Sunday.
Deuces.